What's good, people? Welcome back to the developing story that is the cryptocurrency market. The story continues to unfold and unravel as things continue to move forward. This is interesting news that just developed very recently, as you can see, an hour ago from the time I'm recording. Wells Fargo, another US bank, set to offer crypto fund to rich clients. I want you all to pay attention to this information because it is very important, because as you know, the cryptocurrency market has now fallen back to the point where we were at a couple months ago when institutional investors were jumping into the market. As you see here, Wells Fargo said on Wednesday it would introduce professionally managed funds for its wealthy clients. And when we talk about wealthy clients, we're talking about millionaires and billionaires. We're talking big money, especially in bulk. We're not talking about just one or two clients. We're talking of hundreds, millions, hundreds and thousands of wealthy clients that will be putting their money into crypto assets. So I want you to just imagine what that ramification is going to look like in the markets. And if you can kind of see this, it's kind of very interesting that how perfectly timed this is. I don't want to say there's foul play and some manipulation in the market, but there has been some level of manipulation when it comes to Elon Musk and what he's been able to do in the market. So I wouldn't put it past these billionaires as well. This is just an assumption. I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just having my spidey senses go off. As you can see here, JP Morgan Chase is also preparing to let some select clients invest in actively managed funds for the first time. This is very huge. The one thing I want my viewers and listeners to pay attention to is the big money, because the big money is investing in these assets because there is value. Follow the big money trail. They have the tendency to manipulate the market, and they have the media in a way that allows them to basically drive the market up and down whenever they really choose, based off of news. Like the China news that happened earlier this morning too. The China ban on cryptocurrency is not something that is new. We knew about this in 2013. We knew about this in 2017. And then they brought it up again in 2021. It's just very interesting that it's coming up right now, right this moment, when banks are also still trying to get into this market. So I'm not saying they're manipulating the market. I'm just saying it seems like it. As you see here, again, this is straight information. May 5th, Bitcoin is coming to hundreds of US banks this year. If cryptocurrency wasn't valuable and didn't have long-term value past the $2.5 trillion mark that we've seen, no one, not even banks, would consider really investing in it, right? So I want you all to still keep that in mind, because it's very hard to see when everything is red, but I want to keep you all motivated, and I want you to understand that this is the case. This is the actual facts. Just because there is craze going on and there is a bear market, everything's red, I don't want people to be trading based off of emotion. I want people to have access to the proper information for long-term investments, not just today the market crashed, tomorrow the market went up $1 million, and trading based off of long-term value, not just based off of news. If this is the case, if Bitcoin comes to hundreds of US banks, you can really see this taking a step towards mainstream adoption. So basically what banks are trying to do is they're trying to replace Coinbase. So every single day, Coinbase clients or customers are withdrawing money from their bank accounts into Coinbase to trade crypto. Banks are basically saying, hey, we don't like the fact that they're withdrawing all this money. We want to keep it in the banks, and we're going to allow them to trade crypto through our banks, basically. So this is going to be very huge, because it's going to open access to the mainstream. If crypto is directly already in your bank, the likelihood of you trading crypto is higher. As you see here, Goldman Sachs, huge trading firm, they are trying to set up a new cryptocurrency trading team. What does that mean? They're going to be setting up trading for their wealthy clients as well. Goldman Sachs manages billions of dollars in terms of funds. So this is going to be very huge. Moving on. The one important thing also to keep in mind is the supply. The supply of Bitcoin is also getting shorter and shorter. What does this mean? the more Bitcoin that is off the market, the higher its value. And again, these billionaires are buying by the bulk, especially at a time like this when it's cheaper. They are going to buy even more. So keep that in mind. So this is an article by Van Eck. Just to give you some context, Van Eck is one company that manages around $60 billion in funds. And as you can see, they published this article basically talking about the supply shortage of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has a cap of 21 million Bitcoins that can ever exist. We all know that. And currently in today's day, we know that in current circulation, we have 18 million. So we're about 3 million away from the complete final cap. Once that number is hit, no more mining can ever really be done. And after that point, Bitcoin's price would be completely based off of the demand that it generates. Meaning, if the billionaires own all of the Bitcoin's price would be ridiculously insane. Okay, let's continue to move through this. One thing I wanted to show you that was really important here is the number of companies that are holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet. As you see here, MicroStrategy owning over $1.6 billion. That is one company. And the list goes on and on and on. Tesla's not on this list. Tesla also owns 1.5 billion, which is likely higher than it is now. Likely higher than what they originally bought in for. So this just goes to show the short-term craze going on in the market is not something you should really be too hung up on. I think you should play the long game. These companies are playing the long game as well. I think you should think for the long term, the sake of what the asset really could be worth, not just what the current market says it's worth. Fundamentally, if you understand the value to the economy that this brings, I think it gives you a better idea and understanding of how you could personally evaluate this on your own. I don't think you should be evaluating based off of the market, because if you were to be valuating Bitcoin and cryptocurrency based off of the market, then you're willing to tell me that in a matter of a day, you think Bitcoin's price should actually drop over $30,000 in a matter of 24 hours. So what happened in 24 hours that made Bitcoin $30,000 less than it originally should be? Well, China happened to ban something 7 years ago, and it came back to the news. Elon Musk happened to say something about the electricity usage, and it came on the news, and so on and so forth. These are all short-term news of things that we already knew about going into this, right? Or should already know about going into this when it comes to cryptocurrencies and how they work and how they function, right? So these are just short-term things being brought to light in order to swing the market in certain ways. If you like this video at all, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, make sure you drop a subscribe, because I would always be bringing you my valuable insights on the cryptocurrency market as a whole, and just other investment plays in the stock market, and just entrepreneurship and business overall. If you like this video game, make sure you drop a like on it. It was your boy Elijah, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.